Salam Sejahtera, my friends. Penang South Islands Project PSI is the state government's long-term plan to build sustainable future for Penang. However, many are concerned over its environmental impact. And actually, this is right. This should be the way. We have to be concerned with the environment. And guess what? The one that has the most concerns is actually the Penang state government, the owner of the PSI project. Why so? That's because we have never seen a state government that is going all out to mitigate and address the environmental impact from a reclamation project like the Penang state government. When Johor wanted to reclaim land from the sea, they just went ahead without submitting environmental impact assessment or EIA. When Melaka wanted to reclaim, they also just went ahead, no EIA. Now, to develop PSI, the Penang state government has submitted not one but 2 EIA. The team that prepared the EIA comprises more than 20 expert scientists and professionals. Not only that, even before the reclamation started, the PSI was involved in expanding mangrove forests by planting more than 3,200 mangrove trees. This is on top of the Penang state government recent expansion of gazetted forest reserve of more than 285 hectares. The PSI project has started creating new marine ecosystem back in 2016. Now, after 6 years, even though reclamation has not even started, the project continues to expand the mangrove area, increasing environmental benefit from the PSI project. More than 22,000 saplings will be planted on Island A to create 4 km mangrove forest with 20 acres of land as green lung. This is to create even more habitat and nurseries for marine life and cultivate biodiversity. PSI even has an ecology offset master plan that includes deployment of artificial reef, fish aggregating devices, releasing fish and prawn fry, building eco shorelines, and providing funds for marine research. There is no other project that gives so much priority to environmental impact. Remember, reclamation projects in other states didn't even submit EIA when they began. Anti-PSI group always use bad reclamation examples from Dubai or other states to criticize the PSI, and this is very weird. That's because important landmarks and infrastructure in Penang today, such as Welki, Straits Quay, Esplanade, Lim Cheong Expressway, Queen's Waterfront, Kapal Singh Drive, are all developed through reclamation. The Bandar Sri Penang, built on reclaimed land, is now housing more than 2,000 families in low and low-medium cost units. The public park Taman Areka was developed on reclaimed land. 4 artificial islands were reclaimed in the middle of the sea for the Penang Bridge. And many factories at Bayang Lepas's Free Industrial Zone that provide hundreds of thousands of jobs for Penangites are located on reclaimed land. Penang is successful and livable today partly because of all this reclamation. So anti-PSI groups actually don't need to use examples from Dubai and other states as their reference. As mentioned just now, there are successful reclamation projects in Penang itself. So why they ignore all the successful reclamation in Penang itself? The reason is because anti-PSI groups are doing smear campaign. They use examples from far away to criticize Penang, even though within Penang itself there are examples that have tremendously benefited the state and the people. Anti-PSI group want to paint a bad picture of PSI for reasons only they themselves know. Another example of their misuse is the estimated 3.2 million tons of carbon emission projected from PSI. Actually, the 3.2 million figure comes from the additional 400,000 people projected to occupy the PSI when it is fully completed in 20 to 30 years' time. In other words, the 3.2 million tons of emission is based on the new population. That means even without the PSI, as long as there are additional 400,000 new people in Penang, there will be 3.2 million tons of carbon emission. And currently, there are about 20,000 babies born in Penang every year. If this trend continues, then in 20 years' time, there will be additional 400,000 people in Penang with additional 3.2 million tons of carbon emission, even without PSI. So the focus is to reduce carbon emission through transiting to renewable energy, manage waste more efficiently, and changing to sustainable lifestyle. That's why PSI is developed based on low carbon cities framework, which will reduce net carbon emission even with increasing population. Now, what about fishermen's livelihood? What about climate change? I invite you to watch my other videos about these issues. The point here is to share about the environmental aspect of PSI. If we take an objective view, by comparing PSI with all other reclamation projects, you will realize that PSI has set a new benchmark of how sustainable development should be done. Yes, there will be environmental impact, but which project doesn't? To be fair, many of us stay in houses and work in buildings built on land that was previously untouched. The 2,000 families at Bandar Seri Penang today have a roof over their head because of land reclamation. Hundreds of thousands of employees at Banglapas FIZ are earning a living on reclaimed land. Even you watching this video now is emitting carbon through computer servers and electricity generation. Penang needs development to create jobs, to create new industry, to create land for future use. PSI is the plan. There will be impact, but they can be mitigated and addressed. In fact, as said earlier, even before PSI reclamation started, the state government has already created new marine ecosystem, expanded forest reserve area, designated zones as Biosphere Reserve, and many other initiatives to ensure there is a balance in development and environmental protection. Do you know that Penang is also the state with the highest expenditure for environmental protection among the states in the country? Penang spent over 200,000 for environmental protection per square kilometre in 2020. We should protest against projects that ignore the environmental impact. But for a project such as PSI that gives so much priority to mitigate and improve the environment, isn't this the type of development that should be implemented?